World is on fire right now. Jamaica and the Caribbean are getting slammed with new US tariffs. China's hitting back harder than ever, and there is even a sketchy ex-post from Trump stirring things up. For decades, islands like Jamaica sent their goods to the US tariff-free. 0% thanks to a deal called Sibera, but now a 10% tariffs shaking everything up, and China's in a full-on trade war with the US. Let's dive in to what this means and why it's got everyone talking.
Audio Jungle.
First, let's talk Caribbean. Since the 80s, Sibera meant Jamaica could ship 700 million in stuff, rum, bauxite, ackee to the US with no fees. I've sipped that rum, felt that vibe. It's personal to me. But on April 2, 2025, Trump said enough. He slapped a 10% tariff on all imports, hitting the Caribbean starting April 5th. That's 70 million in new costs for Jamaica alone. Are they eating that, or are we paying more at the store? Either way, it's a hit.
So, if you look at that, China, first row, China, 67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So 67%, I think you can, for the most part, see it. Those with good eyes, with bad eyes. We didn't want to bring, it's very windy out here. We didn't want to bring out the big charts because it had no chance of standing.
No, hold up. China's still in the spotlight. The US cranked tariffs on Chinese goods to 145%, and Beijing just fired back, jacking up their tariffs on US goods to 125% as of April 11th, up from 84% a couple days ago. That's a massive escalation. Think cars, tech, crops, all getting pricier or just not moving. China's commerce folks are saying we're not scared, and they're even cutting US movies from theaters. This isn't just trade talk, it's a global standoff, and markets are freaking out.
Further, the US has repeatedly hiked trade tariffs on China since the beginning of February, to the current level of 145%. China's hit back each time, and now has 125% levies on US goods. Beijing has called the tariff hikes a mistake on a mistake. It says it's ready for negotiations with the US, but stresses it would never back down from a bully.
If the US harbours ulterior motives and insists on waging a tariff war, trade war, or any other kind of war, China will play along to the end.
But China's leaders...
Back to the islands. Jamaica's not just losing on exports. Tourism, those beaches, that reggae, depends on Americans flying in. If US shoppers are pinched by the trade chaos, fewer might visit. Same for Trinidad's oil, Grenada's nutmeg, all went from 0 to 10%. These small economies can't slug it out like China. That jump from free to fees could mean jobs gone, growth stalled. Real people, real pain. So why is this happening? Trump's pushing reciprocal trade. The Caribbean taxes or stuff, like 20% or more. While we let theirs in free, he's done with that. China's the big fight, but the Caribbean caught in the mess. And get this, Trump paused some tariffs on April 9th. Those extra reciprocal ones, like 20% on Europe, are on hold for 90 days, keeping just the 10% for most, including Jamaica. Canada and Mexico got a pass, stuck at 25% from earlier. It's a breather, but China, no mercy, 145% and climbing. What's it all add up to? Going from 0% to 10% is rough for the Caribbean. Higher prices, fewer tourists, tougher times. China's 125% tariff war with the US is making everything shakier. Recession fears are real. That ex post, it's got folks wondering who's really winning here. But there's hope. Talks might save some Caribbean deals. Maybe bring back that 0%. Of course, I'm rooting for the Caribbean. What do you think? Fair fight or foul play? Hit me up wherever you are listening. This is Conroy, and I'll catch you next time.